sectors of the economy that got the nod to reopen is the liquor industry, albeit from Monday to Thursday, and very strict timelines in terms of when alcohol can be sold. Pubs and restaurants can now sell liquor with meals. The sector has taken a huge knock during the lockdown locally due to the ban on alcohol sales, and imports and exports have also been affected by this. Well, to unpack the story further, we're joined by Wines of South Africa Communications Manager, Maryna Calow. Maryna, good evening, and thank you so much for your time on the Pulse tonight. Firstly, let's talk about the impact of this ban, especially when it comes to the wines in particular that South Africa exports to different parts of the world. Were those processes interrupted at all?
Good evening, Cathy. Yes, we had 5 weeks of export ban, which saw a major blow to our industry, not discounting the fact that no one could buy any alcohol locally. So for 5 weeks, we could not send any of our wine overseas whatsoever. And once that ban was lifted, we had major issues at our Cape Town port terminal, which further delayed a lot of the shipments which were due to go out.
Talk to me about the EU agreement in particular that was signed in 2016, and I think a lot of it also having to do with the exchange of alcohol between the two countries. What impact has this had on that particular agreement?
Well, we have a very good relationship with our partners at the EU, and one of the agreements that are in place is a trade agreement that allows us to export up to 114 million litres of our wine at no tariff. Unfortunately, due to the fact that we had this ban in place, the reality is that no one was actually importing spirits, which is the cross-sell for the European agreement. So we can export wine tariff-free in exchange for them to mainly export spirits, mainly whiskey, to South Africa. And if you're not going to sell wine in the shops or spirits in the shops locally, then no one's going to import. So there was a bit of an issue around this, which hopefully now will come to an end.
Let's talk about the fact that the industry is allowed to sell alcohol now. Are you looking for any particular commitments to be made by government in terms of how long this is going to last? Because the on and off, I imagine, also has quite a jarring impact on your ability to continue running production in the way that you would need to.
That's absolutely true. The wine industry in particular is, of course, impacted in several ways, but this spreads way beyond just our producers. The manufacturing industry, as you rightly said, bottling, and of course hospitality is impacted by this. We are hopeful and very positive that there won't be another ban put in place from a local alcohol sales perspective. However, the important thing right now is to continue our negotiations and discussions with government in order to forge a way forward, most specifically focusing on harm reduction. The reality is that here in South Africa, we do have issues around alcohol harm, and this is a long-term discussion which we are willing to enter into now going forward alongside the wider alcohol industry, who has committed to up to 150 million rand through
All right, it looks like we're losing that sound there. Maryna Calow, she is the communications manager for Wines of South Africa.